This is a Cisco Learning Network website where you can find many information, official announcement, as well as the blueprint. Let me make a clear statement about blueprint. Blueprint is your guidance to study. Okay, it's listed in the blueprint. It means you expect to know about it, to know how to solve the problem, as well as know how to put the actual configuration. So please be ready and use the blueprint as your guidance. I recommend you to keep checking to the Cisco website or this CM to see if there is any update to the blueprint. I have heard some complaint of slow connection in some countries. Yeah, I heard the same, but didn't stop me. I mean, when I did my SP, I practiced with emulator, but my lab was in different countries, so it was quite slow. That's how I practice. And this is the current iOS version used for CCIE routing and switching. There are 5 routers, 5 ISR integrated service router, which is 1841 and 3825. I think there are 3, 1841 and 2 3825, and there are 5 Cisco 3560. And you need to check the Cisco website or the Cisco Learning Network to see if there's any update. I can show you the web interface that you see in the left later on. Could you be more specific about the 560? What I know is 2.2 advanced iOS. So there are total 9 devices, 5 routers, 2 switches will be put as routers, because with advanced features you can run all the fancy protocols and routing protocols. And the other 2 are acting like a switch. There are 4, but 2 are, I believe 2 are configured as router, and the other are configured as a layer switch to connect the. What is the good forum site for Q&A on PCIe conceptual questions? You have so many you can find on the internet. Okay, let's go to the CCIE routing switching. Some of you might have noticed, some of you might not. There are 2 sections. One is the troubleshooting section, and the second section is the configuration. The troubleshooting section, there are 30 devices, and we'll be using the virtual environment, virtual routers with IOU. This information is available on PLN as well as on Cisco Live. For the configuration, where you need to touch the actual hardware, those 9 devices, router and 2 switches that I saw in the previous slide. So the first 2 hours, basically you have to troubleshoot, and the 6 hours is to do the configuration. Total is still 8 hours, and if you finish the troubleshooting section early, and the remaining time can be allocated for the configuration. Okay. Why CCIE program make it like this? Because it's easier to develop the content right now. I can give you example. For example, we can develop troubleshooting A, troubleshooting B, and troubleshooting B, and we can develop the question for configuration A, configuration B, and configuration C. Then in your lab exam, we might combine troubleshooting A and config A, or troubleshooting A, config B, and so on. So with 3 sets of questions for troubleshooting and 3 sets of questions for configuration, you can come up with 9 different combinations. So it's, I would say it will be more questions available for candidates. I'm ready to take a lab test, and you how to you register. You should go to the CIS website, and you should register once you pass the series. Can we study and simulate full lab network using GN3? Yes, I said routing switch is the only track that you can do. You can practice the virtual environment troubleshooting and confirmation on the same scenario. No, it's different. Like I said, it's different. We develop troubleshooting question differently when we develop the configuration. And yes, they are independent, and even the troubleshooting will be independent. I will show you the example question. Why configuration checks can include questions? If a person can solve a problem in area, he knows to configure. Not really. They need to know if you can really put advanced feature in WebEx, for example, and then some other protocol on top of OSPF, for example, MPLS and NBG. So this kind of knowledge will be tested at configuration. Bruno recently posted on CLN that there is some dependency of questions. For which one? For troubleshooting, I'm sure there is no dependency between one question to the other. I did the troubleshooting for testing 2 times a few weeks ago, and that's I see. Which is harder, troubleshooting or fixation? You need to pass both with 80%. So you need to pass 80% in troubleshooting, 80% config. They don't care if you troubleshooting 100%, you don't get 80% config, and you fail. See, like troubleshooting has different network topology. I will show you in the next few slides. Okay. So for troubleshooting, there are 10 incidents or trouble tickets, as you can call it. You need to pass 80%, means you need to enter, find, solve the problem for at least 8. In the troubleshooting, they will tell you the systems, and you need to solve the problem within the constraint. There is a guidance, so you need to answer or fix the issue, but still need to respect the troubleshooting second guidance. For example, I'll give you an example. If there is any features blocking your traffic from router A and router B, to solve the problem, it doesn't mean you can remove the feature. You might need to modify such feature, but usually you are not allowed to remove it. It will be easier, right? Okay. And for the configuration section, there are 28 config questions. I think troubleshoot maximum you can get is 22 or 23. And for the configuration, the maximum point you can get is 78. If you calculate 80% from 22, 80% from 78, you'll get 80. Okay, for the troubleshooting, remember it's virtual environment. So you are not expected to do troubleshooting for physical layer. 8 incidents cleared is fast. Yes, but 8 incidents cleared and still follow the restriction. I mean, if you remove some feature and you fix the problem, but this is not what they want, so you don't get the point. The configuration section physical wiring, no. That's why I said even right now you attend the CCIE today, you don't need the lab, you don't need physical access to the rack. See, 30 device. This I will show you the topology, and I will show you. I will share as well later on how you can tackle the troubleshooting section from my own experience. How is the new chain component troubleshooting? Is now we have a layer 2 IOU. So there is section about troubleshooting layer 2. There's no remove config. There is access list blocking your pin packet between route A and route B. It will be too easy if you just remove the access list, right? Access list or the other feature is required for some other part of the network, for example, but maybe they have the previous admin by mistake put the wrong config, that's why it's blocking your ping packet, so you need to fix it. If you remove the feature, then CCIE you will not get the ping